What's up, Equestrian Wasteland? It's me, DJ Bone 3, coming to you loud and proud, all the way from Manhattan, or at least the ruins of what was Manhattan, from my recording booth at the top of Tin Pony Tower. And I'm coming to you here on the Moonshadow Mystery channel to give you the news. What's that, you may be asking? The news. What kind of news? The only news worth listening, children. The truth. No matter how bad it hurts. But maybe you'd be better off hearing it from some pony besides old DJ Pony 3. I suppose I could ask my assistant Homage to tune in. But she's a little busy right now. Probably out of that old relay tower at the SPP, visiting our bringer of life. Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. That lovable, huggable toaster repair pony, Little Pip. The stable dweller. Hero of Equestria. I tell you, if my assistant keeps taking time off, I'm going to have to find an alternate. Somebody get me a script here. Ad-libbing is not doing no DJ any favors. But anyways, children, your host, Moonshadow Mystery, or as he's known by his friends. Wait, that bug pony has friends? Well, anyways, as he's really known, Compound Eyes. And yes, I heard rumor, and I'm not verifying or denying it. Oh, DJ Bone 3 only deals with the truth. Or at least carefully placed truth. But anyways, despite the fact, or at least the rumors, that our Ministry of Arcane Science mayor, or at least the one before the Balefire bombs, Twilight Sparkle, calls him Bright Eyes. I suppose that's a fitting name. I can see how he would get all kinds of slander for being called Compound Eyes. You know, being a rainbow-eyed changeling who wears glasses. But anyways, children, DJ Bone 3's done enough talking. Time to hand it over to this channel's normal host. So listen close, kiddies. Because this changeling is going to lay the truth down on you. No matter how bad it hurts. Thanks, DJ. That's right, every pony. It is me, your regular host, Moonshadow Mystery the Changeling. Or as my close friends know me as, Compound Eyes.
In a select view now, as Moonlight Shadow.
I'm here to tell you what I feel about... Ooh, and this has been a long time coming, everyone, I know. I'm going to try and keep it as brief as I can without giving too many spoilers. It's basically my thoughts on the My Little Pony Fallout crossover fanfiction by Kkat, Fallout Equestria. This is 2,034 pages, counting the syllabus at the front, or rather the table of contents. Anyways, a little over 2,000 pages of what I honestly feel is just written gold
Honestly, I've spent weeks going through it, not because it's hard to get through. By any means, it's not as far as on a straight up reading level, but on an emotional level, this has been a tough one. 40 something chapters, 45 plus chapters, counting the epilogue and the afterthought. And oh, wow. I'm sure every pony out there at some point has heard of Little Pip. And I know there's some bronies out there who avoid Fallout Equestria like the plague, and I can understand their reasoning why. But despite the vulgarity, despite the graphic content, despite the steamy portions, this has probably been the best thing I have read in years. That's right, I am legitimately saying in years. I'm even putting that up there with classics such as Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, Bram Stoker's Dracula. And I'm just using those because those are extremely good books, but let's go even further. The Adventures of Tom Sawyer and the Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. You know, Moby Dick. I mean, this has been one of the best things I have read in so long, it just blew me away. And yes, I've not gotten around to the other Fallout Equestria side stories just yet. I'm just trying to track them down. But I am definitely interested, even though I do know they do some retconning. Thanks to Baroni Reactor Blank Check. But I am looking forward to them. But I am finding it hard. I don't know. I think I would be hard, fast to find them anywhere near as good as the original. This has been an emotional roller coaster for me, and I have found the last 15 chapters, I've just been on the edge of my seat, and if not on the edge of my seat, I've been crying. As a matter of fact, right before I started recording, I had to wipe my eyes, because I actually finished, as of the time of this recording, not that long ago. And it is definitely a punch in the gut for some pony like me. I relate to the main character Little Pip on an epic level. And all the tie-ins, pre-Twilight going Princess, tying into the pre-Princess seasons 1 through 3, it was just amazing. A lot of ponies out there have questioned, we've seen technology in Equestria, and this touches on the growth of technology in Equestria, and it really hits home on a whole lot of levels. Too many to go into, too many stories. I mean, too many spoilers to get into. But I will say this: we do see a lot of returns of main characters, and if you're like me, you'll hear voices as you're reading it without even realizing it. It's amazing. And as far as following our main character, Little Pip, and her companions, Calamity, Velvet Remedy, Steel Hooves, Pyrelight, Zenith, and even returns of main cast characters and second tier characters like Princess Celestia, Ditzy Doo, Trixie, and others, it just is a roller coaster of emotion. Sorry about this. I'm responding to a comrade of mine via text who's also in the process of reading the book. She's taking about as long as me, if not a little longer, because she's having to balance it with her college work. But yes, returns of characters such as Fluttershy. And there are a ton of comedic moments as well. It's not all gloom and doom for those who think that that's what the Fallout franchise is. And yeah, there's just so much in here that honestly, if you can set aside your feelings on the main My Little Pony story and embrace this as either a parody or like the Fallout franchise itself is, as an alternate timeline to our own, think Back to the Future in that regard to a certain degree, then it is totally worth the read. If you're like me and you really get engrossed in dystopian and post-apocalyptic stories, then this is definitely up your alley regardless of your feelings towards MLP. If you're a fan of Fallout and you can set aside any negativity you might feel towards Bronies and Pegasisters, this is definitely a read you should get into. I mean, that is just my opinion. Every pony ought to make that decision themselves. But honestly, you're bound to find at least one or two characters in this story that you can synchronize with to a certain degree. As for me, Little Pip is definitely the one I synced with the most for a number of reasons. And that's part of what got me so much while reading it. I don't want to spoil anything about it, but it will definitely sideline you a few times if you have main expectations. And it definitely is more than just a parody of Fallout 3. My false assumption when I started reading was this was made when Fallout 3 first came out, and there were lots of references to Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 1 and 2, and Fallout 3. And honestly, it blended together so perfectly and parodied it so well that all I can say is bravo to the writer. That's really all I have to say about it without spoiling anything. I could potentially be talked into doing a more in-depth review later, but again, 40-something chapters, 2,034 pages, it would take way too long. And other Brony reviewers, Dr. Wolf, the Fiery Joker, aka Commander Firebrand, and others have already done this themselves, and honestly, they probably did a much better job at it. But this is just wow. Anyways, everybody, that's really all I have to say about it. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I hope you leave in the comment section down below what you thought, if you've read this story or if you've been thinking about reading it, what your thoughts are, what your questions about it might be. If you agree with any of the thoughts I've shared, if you disagree with them, let me know down below. And as always, if you have any requests for any future projects you'd like to see me do, leave those in the comment section down below. And it doesn't matter if it's a review of a fan fiction, if it's a review of a comic book, a movie, a game, a television series, a Let's Play idea, an impersonation idea, or anything else, let me know, and I'll do my best to get back in touch with you and to see what I can do about it. Anyways, I'm going to turn it back over to DJ Pwn 3 for the time being while I just finish reeling from all this.
Well, honestly, I enjoyed those insights. Thanks for coming to the station. Well, everybody, that's really all the time we have, like Compound Eyes has said. But thanks for tuning in, children. This is DJ Pwn 3. We'll have some music for you coming up at the end of the hour. But before we head out, on behalf of our guest and kind host for letting me jack his station for a bit, we want to remind you to hit that like button down below if you enjoyed this little first thoughts reaction. And if you didn't, well, Apple buck that dislike button like this was one of the trees and the scorched remains of Sweet Apple Acres. Those poison apples killed enough ponies. And as always, like he said, leave your comments down below. And if you have anything else you want to see, let us know. And our humble host, the rainbow-eyed bug pony, will get back to you. Stay tuned to the end credits, where you can check out other ways to be involved with the Moonshadow Mystery channel, and be part of the Rainbow Eye Hive. That's what I'm calling it, kids. To join the hive, tap that subscriber button. and to see when new videos and projects are released. Ding-a-ling-a-ling, that notification bell icon. And if you're still not sure, head on over to the main page by clicking Moonshadow Mystery's name above the video description. And check out his reaction videos, reviews, impersonations, his attempted song covers. He's no Velvet Remedy, I'll tell you that. Heck, he's not even an Octavia melody. And he sure as hey ain't no Sweetie Belle. And don't even get me started on comparisons to Countess Coloratura or Sapphire Shores. But I'm going off on a ramble. Anyways, kids, stay tuned and check out those end credits. Of course, they're down below in the video description as well. Links to the DeviantArt account, Twitter, Facebook, email, Skype, and unfortunately, kiddies, he still hasn't figured out Patreon. Not sure if he ever will at this rate. But hey, if you've got any ideas for anything you'd like to see as rewards for Patreon supporters, let us know down below. Remember, there's no such thing as a bad idea. Well, unless that idea is a mega spell or a balefire bomb. Ugh. I could say more, but that would defeat the purpose, wouldn't it, kids? Anyways, thanks for tuning in, kids. As always, we'll take care. Have a great rest of your day, great rest of your week, or a fantastic weekend ahead, depending on when you tune into the broadcast. And as our host always says, don't go changing for any pony but yourselves. And our usual host will see you right back here next time, kids. This one's for you. At the end of the hour. Ha! You thought I'd leave you without music? That's not what DJ Bone 3 does, kids. Enjoy.
How's it going in Equestria? I'm another world away, but Billy, you look so pretty, yes you do. Rainbow ain't got nothing on you. Hey dear Mr. B, don't you worry, don't you fret. I'll be there if you get lonely, even though we've never met, we'll start to